I am going through the makeup artist deposition. She was the one during the Heath trailer incident of him coming in. There's something that is interesting before I get to the trailer portion of that. It's they ask questions about, like, did you get any HR training? Did you know about HR on set? And she says, no to all of those. But she does talk about her union training, and that she has some recollection of this just from the test she has to take to be part of the union. And I think about this in a few ways. Like, I don't know if she was classified as an independent contractor. In California, we have this Dynamex ruling, and then it was codified into law. So, like, sometimes people are employees that in other states would probably be ICs because of it. Because if they're contributing to the core function of the business, then in a lot of cases, they have to be employees to get benefits. But I think that there's, like, carve-backs for, I think, like, there's a hairdresser carve-backs. There's probably, like, a makeup artist. Anyway, I'm digressing. I find that interesting about those HR questions because Blake Lively was filming on set for 16 days, which means that she probably needed 16 days of makeup. And so just like from a business standpoint, if you're, to me, like, if I'm onboarded onto a company, I'm going to be there all the time, like, it makes sense to give the training, right? I truly think that I'm not a huge union person, but there are unions. And since this is very much so project work and 16 days of project work, I think that should sit at the union level. Understand that you have these rights. Each set's a little bit different. But, like, is it really on Wayfarer in the movie to provide, robust training on these things for somebody who's doing, it sounds like at tops, 16 days of work? I don't know. I don't really think so, but that's my opinion. She does talk about the trailer scene, and she does say, I don't know whether or not Heath was invited or not. Miss Lively was apparently not really dressed, and they were undressing her. I think she had the baby, might have been feeding. She believes that Heath knocked and then came in, even though they were all saying, no, don't come in, like, wait a second. And he said, no, this can't wait. He did, it sounds like, stand in the doorway with the door ajar, but could still, according to the makeup artist, could still see her in the mirror. And the makeup artist was like, yeah, I felt like this was really inappropriate, and all this stuff. So I do think we need a lot more context. She's painted a picture of, like, he could see it from the reflection in the mirror very clearly. He should have waited. But she does mention that, like, ADs were coming in and out, and that's part of the reason that they didn't lock the doors frequently. So there was this need to have people in and out. Again, we don't know what Heath needed to ask. She really doesn't contribute to that. We don't know if he had been trying to get an answer on something for a while. It's hard to say. I could see a world where you, like, knock on the door a little bit, you peep it open, and you stand in the door ajar with your head turned maybe the other way and say, hey, like, are you going to be done in 5 minutes? We want to film XYZ, da, 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 da. I get it. These, like, stuff is moving quickly. If somebody has, like, more of a film background that wants to opine on this, I'd love it in the comments. But yeah, apparently they were all saying very loudly, no, don't come in. So this was Lively's attorneys doing the questioning in the portion of the deposition that we see.